wish to inform you that your program is slated for 12 p.m. Once it's 12 p.m., please proceed outside to join the bus and convey you to the venue of your next program. You are not meant to wait till the end of the opening ceremony. In case you don't finish on time, once it's 12 p.m., kindly proceed and join the bus and convey you to the next program. For the house is full. I'm using this to welcome you as we have a visitor from the
I don't know where it has been communicated. You said next week.
That was last week.
Hey, you are not inside now. It can be Friday, it can be Thursday. Eh? Ah, it's Monday.
former national chairman, engineer Akintunde Zeboni, fellow lecturers, session engineers, fellow lecturers, institution of mechanical engineers, former national chairman, engineer Abiodun Oyedepo Abaji, fellow lecturers, session engineers, fellow lecturers, institution of mechanical engineers, former national chairman, and the registrar for the Council of Regulation in Nigeria, engineer Professor Agisa Ademola Beni, fellow lecturers of engineers, fellow engineering, fellow lecturers of mechanical engineers. Former national chairman, engineer Ayo Wadimu, fellow lecturers of engineers, fellow lecturers of mechanical engineers.
So guys,
I must especially appreciate engineer Ayo Wadimu for not getting tired of correcting my pupils. I appreciate you so much. Always convince me to insist I must align my moderation of programs in accordance with the provision of the Bible of the institution. Coming to the venue now, the three-time past National Vice President of the Nigerian Center of Engineers, the fellow of the Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers, Engineer Prince Felix Adeniro Ibitoye Kilomademo, KLM, fellow Nigerian Center of Engineers, fellow Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers, fellow institution of mechanical engineers, Masley, you are welcome, sir. The chairman, Professor of the committee, engineer Mrs. Obiani Duzo, member of the Institution of Mechanical Engineers, other planning committee members and presidents. You can see my logo, chairman of NiMechE, engineer ASY Tuji. You are welcome, sir. I'm seeing one and only IOP of Universe, that newly recognized. Sponsors from members and presidents, thanks for coming. The keynote speaker of the ceremony, the chairman, Lukom, engineer Jani Brian, fellow lecturers of engineers, fellow academy of engineering, FNI and FIOG, OON, MNI. We appreciate you, sir.
No.
Deputy National Chairman, Engineer Aliazan Abu Mohamed, immediate former National Chairman, Engineer Professor Mohamed Daliman, Vice National Chairman, Engineer Ibrahim Baby, Vice National Chairman, Engineer Babakar Ahmad Vice National Chairman, Engineer Dr. Ilorin, National School Member, Engineer Professor Adebola Dari, National School Member, Engineer S.U. Yakubu, National School Member, Engineer Witala Amadri, National School Member, Engineer Wichuku Ege,
So you can also share this
Executive Secretary of the Institution, Engineer Apan Dembelito,
from my class.
Statutory Committee Member,
Everybody.
Engineer Tassim Aso,
These are
Statutory Committee Member, Engineer Mrs. Rebecca Edes Evio,
major ones. You don't need to come on
Statutory Committee Member, Engineer Bekasi Diato,
rules and responsibilities.
Fellows of the institution, fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, the representative of the social advisor to the executive governor of the Lagos State,
It is also your role to ensure that your
the NSA Works and Infrastructure Lagos State is ably represented.
Recording in progress.
I also see Engineer Kamil Dauda, fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers, fellow Nigerian Institute of Mechanical Engineers, sitting with the chairman of the organizing committee, and the pastor in Shafure, Engineer Maliki Wabakamila, fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers, fellow Nigerian Institute of Mechanical Engineers, fellow Academy of Engineering MNI, exchanging pleasantries with the chairman of the board, is Engineer Otuba, Dr. Ahmed Mustafa, fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers, fellow Nigerian Institute of Civil Engineers. We are talking of civil. We have in-house past General Secretary of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, one of the headers of the Nigerian Society of Engineers in Ilorin branch, Engineer Sir Hayode Abraham Abioti, fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers, fellow Nigerian Institute of Civil Engineers.
Start now.
Do you understand? Also, for environment, one of the most important ones is segregate space.
I can see from University of Ilorin, from my University of Ilorin, Engineer Dr. Mrs. Rashidat Mahmood, you are welcome, ma'am.
You cannot use this like you feel like that.
The chairman, NiMechE Ilorin chapter,
You feel cutting on.
Engineer Dr. Sulaiman Ademolayaya,
That's what
Former chapter chairman, you present. Former chapter chairman, NiMechE, past bank chairman of NSC, NiMechE National Square Forum,
Do you understand?
our lead paper presenter, Professor Abakali Ankali, the head mechanical engineering,
Lagos must know their
Glasgow Aluminium University, Glasgow, United Kingdom. The lead paper presenter, Professor Adamu Alaji, from the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Bayero University, Kano. As announced earlier, the director of today's opening ceremony is Engineer Professor Mr. Ajagbe, fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers, fellow Nigerian Institute of Mechanical Engineers, who are collaborating in this ceremony with.
Last year, I told Maria yesterday, they were asking for list of chemicals in your lab, and it was
We
some of them
have
were.
a soft copy
I sent it
of
to
this
her.
program
Complicated.
already trending
All
on
the business,
WhatsApp platform
all your
of the
lab,
Nigerian Institute of Mechanical Engineers.
of all your chemicals.
You can actually check and download.
You don't understand?
Have the soft copy on the platform, either NiMechE National 1, NiMechE National 2.
Very important. Risk assessment and aspects.
It's also on the website.
Risk register.
We also have the program on the website. You can download from the website.
Share. We have done some updates. I'm going to share. You understand? So all departments have this assessment. What is this assessment register? This assessment register is a register that shows all the tasks you do in your department. It has that identified.
You are welcome
This
to the opening ceremony once again.
For example, this is for mechanical risk assessment. Use of
Sponsors for us to please note
all
that the next program
the activity, the hazard identifies from that task, and the risk. The difference between hazard and risk is that hazard is anything that has the potential to cause you harm. I mean, anything that has the potential to
have been informed
use of
that Engineer Tayo
there is
will be coordinating the sponsors for our program, and you are to take off to the venue of your next program by 12 p.m. Please, once it's 12 p.m., try to proceed and join the bus to take you to the venue of your next program.
hazard. You understand?
Gentlemen of the press,
And then from the risk assessment,
you can see channels TV, TVC, Quara TV.
particular region. Now, how risk assessment is done is that you will identify the person, for example, how people are working with chemical, exposure to what chemical, there could be inhalation of the chemical, it can cause
You can download
cancer.
the program of this conference, the program video. The soft copies available on the website of the Nigeria Institution of Mechanical Engineers. We also have it on the WhatsApp platform, National Platform 1, National Platform 2. They have it on the platform.
This is written. Now, this is control measure. Control measure is that okay, what is now saying? Installation of barriers. Installation of
Like to recognize the General Manager of Corporate Affairs, Farm Industries, representing the Group Managing Director of Farm Industries, Alaji Abdul Fattah Adeyemi. You are welcome, sir. Thanks for coming, sir. We appreciate your support for this program. LSC, from the Lado Capital University of Technology, Engineer Professor Naomi. You are welcome, sir. Let's see, Gallant Officer of the Bedroom Section, Officer VIO. You are welcome, thanks for coming.
Print out your risk assessment and now to what? And paste it on your board. Put it in your WhatsApp group. Tell your staff to agree. Why hazard? Your staff, mechanical service, know that one of the hazards can be important to nobody needs to start asking you and say, you can get an extra shot because you are having to energize my people. You can keep our phone. So what you know the hazard and the risk assessment. You understand? We are going to also put out information in general.
The mission of the Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers is to propagate effective practices of mechanical engineering within Nigeria and ensure its entrenchment in our body politic. The vision of the institution is to be the premier institution for professional development, knowledge, acquisition and dissemination of mechanical engineering and allied disciplines in Nigeria. What we do as NiMechE, Professional Institution of Mechanical Engineers, Technologists, Technicians, Craftsmen, the Federation, professional training and manpower, development of mechanical engineers, technicians and allied disciplines, equipping them with relevant skills required for the parties, especially this current era of local content development in Nigeria. Advancement of the cause of Nigerian mechanical engineer, unification of registered and practicing mechanical engineers, technicians and allied disciplines in the Federation, strong representation in Nigerian sector of engineers, of which we are in division.
Yes, I know.
Educating the general populace on the need to employ professionalism in engineering methods. However small they are taking it.
Anything we have of safety, we have aspect register. Aspect register is so similar to this. It's identified all the activities that you are doing, and also that spec, anything that can cause pollution from that activity, and the control measures and the rates left stay similar to the one. So we still share, we still taste and what is the sentence? If you ensure that nobody can stop any it from saying something like, oh, okay, that has to be necessary. You to ensure that everything is no. You have any questions? These are just
Okay, I have one question. Last year, there was a fine mechanical on
both 2022 and 2023 under the visionary leadership of Engineer Dr. Mrs. Olufade-Aki, FNSEF NiMechE. NiMeche's digital presence through its official website www.nimecheeng.org and active social media platforms remain a home for engineers, providing vital information and engagement. In 2022, the NiMechE conference was a resounding success.
there are some trainings we normally do in department.
International speakers
Yes,
gracing the occasion.
training was pertaining to safety. Sometimes normally that.
NIS 1984 specification for steel pipe, setting the stage for future building services standard. The editorial board published news lenses and an annual magazine showcasing activities and events by the chapters and the national body. The MEDL committee hosted the 2022 Mechanical Engineering Distinguished Lecture featuring Engineer Ahmed Kadi, FNSCF NiMechE. Over 95 quality visits were made by the national chairman, fostering collaborations with various organizations. NiMechE forms strategic partnership with organizations promoting capacity building, professional development, and innovation. New chapters were inaugurated, expanding NiMeche's reach. The student chapter of Elizabeth University also joined the technical committee, organized national webinars and symposiums, sharing valuable insight. The board of fellows actively evaluated fellowship applications, encouraging more members to join. NiMechE reviewed ambitious plan, including a mechanical engineering village and a welding academy. The welding academy has the Federal University of Technology, Accra, Tekshia.
Adamu Alaji, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Bayo University, Kano. It's already
Balokwe Bisiwa. Balokwe Bisiwa. Balokwe Bisiwa. Balokwe Bisiwa. Balokwe Bisiwa. Ojú òní gbàmọ́. Ojú òní gbàmọ́. Ojú òní gbàmọ́.
Thank you, Prof. Thanks for coming, sir.
Ọjọ́ ìtẹ̀ wo ohun tí méjì lóòrùn sẹ́yìn.
Secondly, paper presenter, you will speak
Ó yá kápú tẹ̀jáde ká lọ lè mọ́ méjì jẹ.
Professor Babakali Ankali, Head Mechanical Engineering, Glasgow, Federal University, Glasgow, keynote speaker, today's officer.
Àṣàlè department system ní ìsámù. Èyí tó sọ pé make sure everything is perfect. Ẹ̀yin tó ojú ọ̀dọ́. Ẹ̀dọ́ rẹ̀. No, délẹ̀ ni délẹ̀ lẹ́sìn fine. Àtìkù àti gbogbo ẹ̀. Now the
Chairman,
conference of people.
Technical Committee of CPC, Engineer Professor Ibrahim, Toyin, fellow Nigerian Institute of Engineers, fellow Nigerian Institute of Mechanical Engineers,
Láti ẹni kí n wá physical ní orí ìlú wa kọ́ bá mi lọ.
Chairman, Nigerian Institute of Engineers, Ilorin Branch, Engineer Taiwo Sam Olashewo,
Ìdé tèlé mi. Ẹ̀kẹ́ tí. Àmì yóò jàmú ní àdínlórí ilẹ̀. Ẹ káàárọ̀.
past Chairman, NSC Ilorin Branch, Engineer Thomas Soni Abolari, fellow Nigerian Institute of Engineers, member CPC, Security Committee, Engineer Chief Professor Shuhai Babata, are duly recognized. The Head of Department of Mechanical Engineering, Praske Polytechnic, Ilorin, Engineer Emmanuel Ayobami Adini, member of the Nigerian Institute of Engineers, member of the Nigerian Institute of Mechanical Engineers, you are welcome. The Head of Department of Application Engineering, Praske Polytechnic, Ilorin, Engineer Abdulwahid.
Good morning, houses of the mechanical engineers. We also want to welcome the student wing and see them coming in. Good morning, you are welcome. We are all welcome to the 36th International Conference of the Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineering. We'll start off with the program immediately while we await our other dignitaries. And we also want those who are outside sitting at the registration desk to please join us when they are done with their registration. We'll start with the little recognitions that have been done. As we start the program, we'll go ahead with some other recognitions. But right ahead, we start by having our national anthem, and I want to employ every one of us to be on our feet as we do the national anthem. The national anthem and then the NiMechE anthem. Please, for those who are just coming in, you can please move forward so that we can fill up the front seat. Please step forward a little.
Step forward, please.
Let's fill up the front
Let's come and sit at the back.
So we have the national anthem.
We
do the opening prayer, and that will be the first stanza of our national anthem. So please do rise again as we take our opening prayer. The second stanza of our national anthem, O God of creation, direct our noble course, guide our leaders' path, help our youth and truth to know, in love and honesty to grow, and living just and true. Make lovely eyes and faith, to build a nation where peace and justice shall reign.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Respectfully, please have your seats. You are warmly welcome to the 36th International Conference of the Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers. And before we go on, we'll take our safety brief. We are here in the hall, and we have two entrances opened, widely opened now. So we have about two other exits, but we have two that are accessible now for us to access the hall and as well to move out of the hall. So we want to assure you that right here we are safe. And in case of any emergency, we can use the two openings, meaning the two exits already open. And we expect that we do it one after the other. The conveniences are far behind. We have for the ladies and also the gents. So you can access when you feel you need it. So thank you for coming. We hope you have a refreshing time here at this 36th International Conference. We have other programs that goes on till tomorrow and next tomorrow. But for today we have the opening. And we'll start by again recognizing some dignitaries who are here with us. So I will allow Engineer Janto to do that. Engineer Janto.
Thank you, ma'am. I lead Director Program, Consolidation of the Ceremony, Engineer Professor Mrs. Mr. Naika, fellow Nigerian Institute of Engineers, fellow Nigerian Institute of Mechanical Engineers. I'd like to establish the protocol for this opening ceremony. His Excellency, Shiwaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. His Excellency Malam Abdurrahman Abdulrazak, Executive Governor of Kwara State and the Chairman of the Governors Forum. The patron of NiMechE, Engineer Ogbeni Rauf, and the fellow Nigerian Institute of Engineers, fellow Nigerian Institute of Mechanical Engineers. The Royal Father of today's opening ceremony, His Royal Highness, the head of Ilorin, and the Chairman, Kwara State Traditional Council of Chiefs and Members, Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Sulukan Bari, CFR, the President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Pastor Sahad Bilari, fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers, the National Chairman of the Nigerian Institute of Mechanical Engineers, Engineer Dr. Mrs. Fulani, fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers, fellow Nigerian Institute of Mechanical Engineers, Deputy National Chairman of NiMechE, Engineer Hassan Abdul Mohamed, immediate former National Chairman of NiMechE, Engineer Professor Mohamed Ibrahim, former National Chairman, Engineer Akintule Zedumi, former National Chairman, Engineer Abiodun Oyedepo, former National Chairman, Engineer Professor Adisa Ademola Bello, is also the Registrar Council of Regulation of Nigeria, Kure. Yes, seated. Vice National Chairman, Engineer Ibrahim Bello, Vice National Chairman, Engineer Bagana Mutala, Vice National Chairman, Engineer Dr. Great Isaac, National School Member, Engineer Professor Ademola Gari, National School Member, Engineer S. Yakubu, National School Member, Engineer Mutala Bogardri, National School Member, Engineer Kutubu Biki, Executive Secretary, Engineer Apa Udeme, Constitutional Audit Committee member Engineer Aso, Constitutional Audit Committee member Engineer Mrs. Mimika. Three-time past national Vice President of the Nigeria Section of Engineers, Engineer Felix Bitoye, Kilomodemo, fellow Nigeria Section of Engineers, fellow Nigeria Institute of Mechanical Engineers. Past Registrar of Class Regulation of Engineering Nigeria, Engineer Malik Obakamila, Felix Seminary, LNI, FAENG. It's also the LOC Chairman of the Taxis National Conference of NiMechE, holding the state of Harmony. The Chairman of NiMechE Ilorin Chapter, Engineer Dr. Sulaiman Abimbola here. Other CPC member here present, the CPC Chairman, Engineer Mrs. Ubianichu, Busogwe, NiMechE. Other chapter chairman here present, Branch Chairman of NSC here present. Former chapter chairman of NiMechE here present. Past branch chairman of NSC here present. NiMechE Student Forum, the keynote speaker of today's occasion. The keynote speaker of today's occasion. Chairman Lupon Group, Engineer Kali Ibrahim, FNSCB and FNIM, FIO2O Head MNI. The lead paper presenter, yes, seated, Engineer Professor Umar Adamu Alaki from Department of Mechanical Engineering by University Chicago. Our lead paper presenter will be speaking from the United Kingdom. Professor Babatali Alkali, Head Mechanical Glasgow, Canada University, Glasgow, United Kingdom. Past National School member of NSC, Engineer Dr. Ahmed Mustafa, FNSC F98. Dr. Chairman here presents. Sponsors forum are follow, and you recognize thanks for coming. The gallant officers who are members of the Nigeria Institute of Mechanical Engineers from VIO and other paramilitary and military, are duly recognized by Prof. who consider from here.
Thank you, Engineer. In continuation of the recognition, we have also with us a former national chairman, Engineer Ayo Fanimo, FNSC F9ME. You're welcome, sir. And we are also honored today by members of the Executive Committee of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Here with us this day is Engineer Mrs. Rose Madaki, FNSC F9ME. You're welcome. And we also want to welcome Engineer Mrs. Rachel Ugi, FNSC F9ME. You're welcome. These are members of the National Executive Council of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. We are glad we have you, and we feel so honored for you to be here with us here at Harmony City. Thank you very much. Other recognitions will be done as we go on in the program. And now we want to welcome to the lectern our national chairman, Engineer Dr. Olufumilade Akimbadu, FNSC F9ME, for our welcome address.
Good morning, distinguished members of the Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers, fellows of the institution. Before I commence anything here this morning, last year at the 35th conference, we had a man here, a pillar of this profession, a passionate man of the Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers, I will implore us this morning to rise on our feet and have a 1-minute silence for our late visionary leader, dynamic leader, hard-working leader, quintessential leader, who led mechanical well, who was passionate about the growth of this institution. Engineer Dr. Alex Okopi Momo, FNSC, NiMechE. Please let's rise on our feet this morning to have a 1-minute silence for the soul of the departed. Last day he was here at the conference in Ilorin, representing the president of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, having served as the executive secretary of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Thank you very much for that great honor this morning. I will maintain the protocol as stated by the Director of Programs for this event, His Excellency the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, the Governor of the State of Harmony, His Excellency Malam Abdurrahman Abdurrazak COA, the patron of NiMechE, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola FNSF NiMechE, His Royal Highness Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Sulugambari, CFR, the Emir of Ilorin, the Royal Father of the Day, the President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Tasil Sahad Bidaru Budil, FNSC, the keynote speaker for today's event, the Chairman Lupcon, Engineer Tani Ibrahim, FNSC, FANG, FNIM, FIOD, OON, MNI, the lead paper presenter, the head of mechanical engineering for Glasgow College and University, Professor Baba Al-Khali, the lead paper presentative for this event, Engineer Professor Umar Adamu Al-Haji, the chairman of the conference planning committee for this conference, Engineer Obiano Jokuguso, the chairman of the local organizing committee for this event, Engineer Kamila Woba Maliki, FNSC, NiMechE, FNAE, MNI. All former national chairmen here present this morning for this event. Engineer Double Chief Akintune Zedomi, FNSC, NiMechE, former Vice President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Engineer Prince Abiodun Oyedepo, FNSC, NiMechE, Engineer Ayofali Moko, FNSC, NiMechE, Engineer Professor Ademola Adesabilo, FNSC, NiMechE, FANG, currently the Registrar for the Council of Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria. We also have the body of fellows here present, fellows of this great institution, members of this great institution, graduate members, student members, our KBC, His Royal Majesty, Engineer Wahab Ogubi, FNSC, NiMechE, you're welcome. All our invited guests, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen of the press. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to the 36th NiMechE International Conference and Annual General Meeting of the Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers. The conference provides us the opportunity to assemble from all parts of the country and deliberate on issues of national importance and growth. The conference also provides a unique platform for the mechanical engineering family and stakeholders in engineering, policy making, business, and networking, and reflect on topical issues impacting practice and the contribution of engineering personnel to national development. The theme of this year's conference, which is the role of mechanical engineering in supporting finance in achieving growth in the manufacturing sector, was carefully selected in the light of recent development and the need to evaluate manufacturing sector and practices. Mechanical engineering is a field that involves design, development, maintenance of machinery and mechanical systems. Nigeria's economy is the largest in Africa and is heavily dependent on industries such as oil and gas, agriculture, and manufacturing. In review of this, mechanical engineering significantly impacts Nigeria's economy through its contributions to manufacturing, to the energy space, and in the construction space. As Nigeria continues to invest in its mechanical engineering industry, the country will see further economic advancement and technological progress. Mechanical engineering plays a vital role in the manufacturing sector, where machinery and equipment are designed and developed for production processes. The manufacturing sector heavily relies on the expertise of mechanical engineers for efficient production. Automation, robotics, and advanced machinery are designed and implemented by mechanical engineers to increase productivity and enhance product quality. This leads to job creation, increased revenue, and overall economic growth. Nigeria's mechanical engineering sector attracts foreign direct investment. International companies recognize the potential for growth in Nigeria's infrastructure development and manufacturing industries. These investments bring capital, technology transfer, job opportunities, and further enhance the economy. It is a no doubt that manufacturing plays a key role in the global economy. The manufacturing sector currently contributes to about 17% of the world's US 70 trillion economy and accounts for over 70% of the global trade, and is also a huge impact on the national security and defense of every nation. However, there is need to promote key manufacturing sectors as technology drives the economy. On our part, we have been delivering more professional development and capacity building, and will continue to deploy our resources as an institution towards training of both younger engineers and upscaling of the established engineers to ensure they remain competitive in the manufacturing space. Furthermore, we have taken bold steps towards fulfilling our mandate as an institution by collaborating with selected institutions to deliver world-class programs for our members. Some of these collaborations are: one, the establishment of a training academy. One of our recurring issues was the dearth of practical welding in the country. The NNPCMD, through its representative, Engineer Adeyemi Adetunji FNSE, explained the need for the institution to come up with the ideas to address this challenge. The objective of this project was to reduce the skills gap between the classroom and the industry. The engineering practice in Nigeria has suffered a great loss due to the curriculum design and the several challenges facing us as a nation. Hence, there was a need for us as an institution to create an enabling environment for the growth and development of an engineering academy for learning, training, internship program, certification courses in partnership with the institutions within and outside the country. The project targeted to train 5,000 young engineers for the labor market, and it has been conceived as a means to empower engineers. An acre of land has been donated by Otoba Koli Olatunji on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway for this training academy. The survey plan and documentation of the ownership in the name of NiMechE has been carried out and construction has commenced on the land and is already ongoing. In a related development, NiMechE under our administration has made tremendous progress to broaden our institution's scope and serve our members despite various challenges encountered in the last 1 year. We have made progress in deepening educational and capacity building collaborations with Mount Alpha Incorporated in Canada, GMG Nigeria Limited, Jamara Group in Saudi Arabia, University of West of Scotland in the UK, Glasgow Caledonian University in the UK, University of Lincoln in the UK, and Toyota Nigeria Limited and LLG, amongst others. In order to contribute to the evolving practices in mechanical engineering and expose our young engineers to postgraduate practical training, NiMechE has embarked on a scheme titled Graduate Employability Program, which is the GEP, and is currently partnering with Trans Contracting Limited and Naval Dockyard Limited Lagos, one of the foremost dynamic industry leaders in its sector. And I must say this, that Naval Dockyard, in partnering with them, we are training the first 50 engineers who will be trained for 1 year, and if they do well, we'll be given permanent employment with Naval Dockyard. Also, a scheme to train young engineers on 3D AutoCAD was recently done in the state of Harmony. I think the state of Harmony people should put their heads together for themselves. 100 participants participated in the training, which at 3D SolidWorks, industrial and 3D printing and 3D manufacturing training were carried out in the state of Harmony for 100 participants across all the local governments in Kwara State. More of those trainings has been done. We have done one in Abuja, we have done one in Lagos, and we intend to do it across all the 6 geopolitical zones in due time. Also, training for young engineers in the automobile space was still as a part of MOU signed between NiMechE and Toyota Nigeria Limited. And I must say this, in the automobile space, we are currently working on training 1,000 young engineers in the conversion of petrol to CNG. We are working on it per board, and we hope to get the information across to us as soon as the kits for the training arrives in Nigeria. The Industry Academic Party, which was recently held at the Cultural Management Sciences, University of Abuja, was in and closing the missing gap between the industry and the academia, as well as preparing students and young graduates for opportunities in the engineering space. In a bid to expand our frontiers and reach all the parts of the country, we have inaugurated 7 additional chapters, which includes Taraba State, Gombe State, Yobe State, Kogi State, Auchi, Owerri, Aba, and Owo chapters, while Bonny Island is getting ready to join the family in partnership that we have with the Nigerian liquefied natural gas. In order to cater to the various categories of membership, we have launched the first roundtable last year, which we continue to use as an opportunity for our senior engineers to release and generate position papers, create solutions to some of the nation's challenges through their knowledge and experience, and also deliberate on opportunities for engineers to network amongst themselves. These aside are various workshops, technical sessions, seminars, and activities like the World Engineering Lectures and Student Graduate Symposium aiming towards professional capacity development of our members, both the young and practicing. The hallmark of a dynamic engineering practitioner is his ability to reinvent himself through training and retraining beyond his formal education. NiMechE is open to non-collaboration and partnerships, and we have commenced another one with CAM Industries. Let's put our hands together for CAM Industries. They are sponsoring our dinner in partnership for this conference, and we also like to commend the collaboration we had with Loopcom Group for this conference, with Crystal Laurel and a lot of other organizations that have supported us in collaborating with us on this journey to professionalism. We are looking at supporting our young graduates to build the skills gap and support our country in the effort towards reducing unemployment in the country. And the same way, our members in the academic community will be delighted in our industry academic partnership collaborations that we have embarked upon. We have successfully organized a virtual national workshop on coaching standards in collaboration with the Standards Organization of Nigeria and other regulatory agencies on promoting the adoption of coaching standards in Nigeria. We have been able to come up with codes of practice in various areas within the mechanical engineering space and commence publishing of handbooks for specific areas of the mechanical engineering practice. The first series of that book will be launched at this opening ceremony. We have done a handbook on refrigeration, air conditioning, and cooling system, which will be launched this morning. This book is launched in partnership with the GMG agreement that we have for HVAC space and workshops on HVAC, training on HVAC, consultancy on HVAC, and we already have vouchers from GMG for consultants and dealers that want to partner on the products of GMG. Those vouchers will be distributed to our senior engineers that have firms in HVAC this morning. Within the period under review, the chapter bylaws have been harmonized and published, and I give kudos to the late engineer Dr. Alex Momo, FNSC, NiMechE, who worked with his team on the harmonization of the bylaws, and the booklets have been published and been distributed across all chapters. The booklet has become a mandatory pack of items given to new members that join the institution. I must use this medium to commend the efforts of Engineer Chief Akitode Zelomi FNSC NiMechE and late Engineer Dr. Alex Momo FNSC NiMechE for the harmonization of the amendments, which have been reviewed by chapters, approved by the Council, and will be approved by the AGM for publications for us to have as a Bible that will guide the Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers. The maiden edition of water sanitation and hygiene essay competition organized by the institution in conjunction with the Lagos State Water Corporation was held with over 30 secondary schools participating in the competition. The winners of these competitions were presented with cash gifts, laptops, souvenirs. Cash gifts were given to the schools for the promotion of their laboratories and the ITC centers. 250,000 each was given to the winning schools at that event, all donated in collaboration with the Lagos State Water Corporation. This is aimed at encouraging advocacy and mentoring of the younger generation as solution providers in the economic space and development of our good nation. The website and the social media handles of the institution have been upgraded with additional content of the monthly newsletters, the e-journals and the magazines, and we have been able to migrate to online payment and web app that have been launched yesterday for our various transactions. We have launched our mentoring and mentorship program, which has been launched by young ones and our senior ones to have a way of interacting amongst themselves. Professional advancements symposium had also been reviewed in the last 2 months. This is a symposium that is centered around bringing both our members that are in the international space that are making waves abroad to come speak to our students as role models. And we have had quite a number of our international speakers speaking at this professional advancement symposium for our young ones, which led to the partnership that we have with the University of Lincoln, the Glasgow Caledonian University, the University of West of Scotland, and recently we have the addition of the University of Bolton coming on board for our advancement program for our young engineers. Under our administration, we revived the NiMechE Innovation Student Challenge and ensured that it's held along with the annual national conference of the institution. We initiated what we call the Patrick Andrews Student Innovation Challenge, which is dedicated and named after the second president of the Student Forum and a pioneer member of the Student Forum of the Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers, who work passionately to ensure that the Student Forum is being launched properly and they had their codes of practice. And today, we'll be having the 10th-year anniversary of that forum of students that have been established by this great institution. Our special thanks and our appreciation goes to the Vice President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Ademola Aguru, FNSC, for his kind sponsorship towards this event. He was able to sponsor part of the event last year, and this year he's sponsoring the Innovation Challenge and the gifts and cash prizes that will be given to the student. I must say this about Engineer Ademola Aguru. He was able, in the last 1 month, sponsor 30 students for our training on Python and on different areas of IT across, and he paid for a 1 month training for our young engineers. Under our administration, the Mechanical Engineering Distinguished Lecture was revived, and this lecture is being organized and done by seasoned and experienced mechanical engineers who are celebrated and showcased to the world and take on topical national issues that have been addressed. Special appreciation goes to Engineer NiMechE, NiMechE, the chairman of the National Assembly Service Commission, who delivered the lecture last year after 6 years of not holding that lecture. While it gives me great pleasure to announce that this year's lecture will be taken by His Excellency, the Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, also by Senator Daniel, FNSC, FNiMechE, FAAG, will be taking this year's Mechanical Engineering Distinguished Lecture on the 20th of November 2023 at Radisson Blu, Isaac John Jerry Ikeja. And a special guest for that event is going to be the Honorable Minister of Works and for the Federal Republic of Nigeria is the special guest for that event that will be taking place on the 20th November 2023. Finally, I want to use this opportunity to appreciate my darling husband, my soulmate, my cheerleader, my supporter, a dynamic man, a man of high repute, a quintessential personality, a very loving father and husband, and partner in this journey since we started. Even though we had several challenges, he was there to say, go on, go on, go on, you can do it. And I want to sincerely appreciate him, Engineer Kendi Akibago, for his support towards me and towards the institution to ensure that the work is done, there is peace at home, and there is support at home. Finally, I believe this engineering conference offers us a great opportunity to come up with solutions that will pave way for mutual understanding and the flourishing of manufacturing in our dear country, and to share ideas, network among ourselves while building for the future. I welcome you to this gathering, looking forward to sharing ideas, learning and relearning that will make history together. The literate of the 21st century will not be the people that cannot read and write. They will be the people that cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. And I know that we are engineers. When it's moving, it's engineering. Congratulations to us as we come up with solutions and ideas that will move Nigeria forward. Congratulations and welcome to the 36th International Conference of the Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers. Thank you, and God bless you, everyone.
Keep it going on these days and things. That is our 15th national chairman, Engineer Olufemilade Akinbaro.
The first female to be so honored.
The first female national chairman we are honored to have as an institution. And we can see as she has ruled out all she has done. Just in the space of 2 years, even less than 2 years, we feel honored to have you as our national chairman, and we pray that the Lord Almighty continuously promotes you. Thank you for all you have done for NiMechE, and the Lord God will reward you abundantly.
Amen.
A round of applause for her again. Make it loud. We greatly appreciate your efforts.
Thank you, my prof. I'd like to take some other recognitions. We have in our midst, while the national chairman was delivering her speech, she spoke about the one-week training for 100 warriors, which was held in January. The sponsor of that program was also the sponsor of yesterday's home night. If we are present at the birthday party yesterday night, I believe you enjoyed yourself. You enjoyed yourself, please raise your hand. I can see we all need. I'm talking about another person, the former commissioner for Works and Transport in Kwara State, a double chief, engineer, Honorable Chief Sulaiman Rotimi Ilyasu, fellow Nigerian Center of Engineers, fellow Nigerian Institute of Mechanical Engineers, the Tayeshi of Neverland, and Padeshi of Balang. You are welcome, sir. Also like to recognize His Royal Majesty, Oba Engineer Obahab Ogunbi, fellow Nigerian Center of Engineers, fellow Nigerian Institute of Environmental Engineers, MNINB, the Eleku of Odogun Isin, Odwell Isin, Kwara State, KBC. Also, like to recognize Engineer Dr. Abubakar Umari, Engineer Nobu Bamadi from Zaria Polytechnic. The spouses represent, please, once it's level 45, kindly proceed to Monarch Hotels. That's where you'll be taking off to your venue of your program. I also like to recognize the chairman. You have to move now. As far as this forum is time to go for a program, kindly proceed to Monarch Hotel. Your boss is waiting to convey you to the venue of your program. And the coordinator is the Engineer Tayo is the coordinator, the fellow on red card. I would like to recognize, especially the chairman of Oren Outcome-Based Education Aggregation Committee of Oren, the pioneer vice chancellor of Crown Hill University, engineer Professor J.A. Ilorin, fellow Nigerian Center of Engineers. NiMechE Ilorin chapter is privileged to host the 96th International Conference because we were inaugurated. If we were not inaugurated, we won't have the right to host. The national chairman that inaugurated the Ilorin chapter is here seated. Former national chairman who is never tired of correcting me to make me a better director of program, Engineer Ayo Wanemuku. Fellow Nigerian Center of Engineers, fellow Nigerian Institute of Mechanical Engineers. We have the pioneer chairman, Nigerian Institute of Mechanical Engineers, Ilorin chapter, Engineer Taiwo Isa Olashin. Fellow Nigerian Center of Engineers, fellow Nigerian Institute of Mechanical Engineers. We'll continue with production.
Thank you, Engineer. Now we have our keynote speaker. But before then, I would love to take his profile and let me respectfully request Engineer Jani Ibrahim, FNSD, FAH, MNI, the CEO of Lupon Oil Nigeria Limited, to please step off stage. Engineer Jani Ibrahim attended King's College, Lagos, where he distinguished himself as one of the best students in his class, graduating with aggregate of 6 grades. That is grade 1 in the West African School Certificate Examination, obtaining one of the best results in Nigeria that very year. His efforts also fetched him a scholarship from the British Petroleum BP to study mechanical engineering in the United Kingdom, where he graduated with a first-class honors degree. A round of applause for him. He also won the United Kingdom Institution of Mechanical Engineers Prize for Best Project that same year. He got a job with the British Petroleum International UK. When he returned to Nigeria in 1982, he was offered employment by such multinationals as African Petroleum PLC, Unipetro Nigeria PLC, NNPC, JV, that's the XPDC, where he held the position of Chief Executive Officer. He later became Managing Director of Nigerian Airways. He also attended the prestigious National Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies, PURU, in 1994, and became a member of the National Institute, MNI. A round of applause for him. He is also an alumnus of the prestigious Harvard Business School. He became the National First Deputy President of NACIMA, and he chaired the African Continental Free Trade Area Committee and also had NACIMA Certification Committee. He is the past president of Kwara Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, and past chairman, Conference of Northern State Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture. Alhaji Jani Ibrahim serves on the boards of several companies where he brings his wealth of experience to bear. Jani Ibrahim was former General Secretary, King's College, Old Boys Association. He later became the Vice President of the association, and he was the Director, Kwara Industrial Trust Fund, and member of Kwara Industrial Think Tank. He was Secretary General of the Alumni Association of the National Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies for 2 consecutive terms. A round of applause for him. He later became the president of the Alumni Association of the National Institute, the think tank, for 2 years, consecutive terms. Lukman Group, which he had, has interest in oil and gas, construction, hospitality, logistics, manufacturing, and banking. Lukman became the first indigenous oil and gas company in Nigeria to be the ISO, to be ISO certified. The company has expanded its frontiers with interest in Ghana, Republic of Niger, Burkina Faso, Togo, Benin Republic, Liberia, and Ethiopia. Jani Ibrahim is an accomplished first-class engineer and a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. He has been inducted as a fellow of the Nigerian Academy of Engineering and sat on the Regulatory Council of Ilorin. He is a seasoned administrator and strategist. Jani Ibrahim is the recipient of National Honor, Officer of the Order of the Niger, OON. Please, a round of applause, make it better. Confer to him as the President of Nigeria, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan. GCF President, 2011. With us, standing before us here this day, he has Engineer Jani Ibrahim with wealth of experience on issues of economic development, social transformation in Nigeria, with special emphasis on employment generation and girl child education. He is happily married. Ladies and gentlemen, please go on with that applause as I bring to the lectern Engineer Jani Ibrahim, FNSC, FAH, FNIM, FIOD, OON, FNR, to give the keynote address for the 36th International Conference and Annual General Meeting of the Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineering.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the compass and the directors of the program have elaborated a very, very well articulated protocol. And I'm told that I'm given only 20 minutes to have this interaction as a keynote speaker. So, but then, for the benefit, of my friends and other viewers, I would like to recognize the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Person Bola Ahmed Tinubu, His Excellency, and then of course, our Chief Landlord, Inquirer, His Excellency, Abdurrahman Abdul Razak. Also want to recognize the royal father of this great occasion, the person of the Emir of Ilorin. And I want us to say, Shehu 3 times. Shehu. 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 Thank you. I will also through him, through the Emir and the chairman of the council, recognize all the candidacies and traditional rulers who are here. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is a big challenge when you come after a beautiful woman, intelligent woman, resourceful, and who has eloquently delivered a very powerful welcome address. It does two things. Makes your job very easy, and you may decide to just take a bow and go. But then, coming up here today to give a keynote speech, it is very, very interesting that I have an audience of very senior engineers, very senior administrators, and also international participants. I want to use this opportunity to recognize the dint of hard work that they have put into this project, engineering. Therefore, let me recognize past chairmen of this great institution, particularly my friend, the High Chief, Double High Chief is called, Engineer Akintunde Zalomi, and other chairmen who are here with him. Please, I'd like him to be recognized. I also recognize, all the members of the executive, NiMechE, for the great work that they are doing. I want to thank them all for the effort that they have put into making engineering exciting and great in this very, very challenging environment called Nigeria. Particularly, I want to recognize the up and coming students, the graduate members, and the students, because you are the people that this association or this institution is working very hard to see that you get it right. Some of us have tried, but others that are coming afterwards, it's our responsibility to give them what is required to be able to succeed. Well, the choice of Ilorin for this 36th annual general meeting is quite a privilege, and I will, on behalf of the entire engineering community and the good people of Kwara State, thank the organizer for bringing this conference to this state. We are very, very grateful. I can assure you that the next time you bring this type of event to Kwara, we'll have more excellent facilities, because I know that the government is developing an international conference center, around the Para area. So that will be very, very complimentary to conferences and activities. So I also want to say that I'm very delighted to have been chosen, to give this keynote address. But before I go on, I want to say, let me adopt all the things that my chairman, has said regarding the theme of this year's conference, which is the role of mechanical engineering, supportive finance in achieving growth in the manufacturing sector. I want to adopt all what she has said, in which case I cut off a lot of my presentation since I've adopted what she has said so that I can interact with you, because I think this is what is important, and this I find to be lacking in many international fora. For me, there are 4 keywords here, which is engineering, finance, growth, and manufacturing. Now, I have a paper which I have submitted for the record so that it will form part of the proceedings, of this great assembly. But let me also tell you that I recall the very first time I presented a paper at an international conference. This was a paper I presented in IIT, that's the International Institute for Technology. Then it was Madras, now Chennai in India, and that was in 1983, in the summer of 1983. So you can imagine, so I quite appreciate what it is to have this type of opportunity. And that paper was on finite element stress analysis of particulate flow. I still remember that day. I was a bit shivery with my supervisors around me, but it was a very beautiful paper, because that same paper was presented in Atlanta, Georgia, and it was also presented, in Prague, in former Czechoslovakia, which is now the Czech Republic. I want to use that particular visit to Prague, to use this opportunity to recognize that as we are there today, an African engineer, a Nigerian engineer, has become the president of the World Federation of Engineers. I would like to congratulate my friend, Engineer Kalaro Shehu, for this very, very important work that he has brought Nigerian engineering to the international group. Now, typically, all papers of this nature, they are either maybe the consequences of applied research, surveys, investigations, and what have you. But this, then, it wasn't possible because the internet was just coming in at that time. So there isn't much people have done except to apply this. But today, with the aid of internet, with the aid of search engines, a lot of things can be done. And we do not necessarily have to reinvent the wheel. Nobody goes reinventing the wheel. And most of the countries that have made it, and they have been able to succeed, many of them have done what everybody does. Copy and paste, buy, strip, rebuild, and then have your own going for you, for your country. But I must also commend also that in 40 years I've been in the manufacturing industry, I know that mechanical engineers, continue to be the drivers of progress and development. And in fact, and I'm commending mechanical engineering, to be, most of the best managers we have in industry. So please, I want us to, please give ourselves a round of applause. So let me say one thing, that there's a new thing, there's a new kid on the block, which we all know. But then again, The chairman also alluded to it in his speech, which is to do with artificial intelligence, AI. What is NiMechE doing about it? That is the latest. I personally, I have a chatbot, GPT-4, for which I have souped up. What I mean by souped up, for those of you who are, well, in those days when we were young, in those days I remember that when you buy a car, and if you're a specialist, you want to have certain things done for you. Either you change the shock absorbers, change the drive system, so that you make it personal. This particular AI, my own that I have, I've souped it up so I can challenge it. And I did this morning only. I challenged it. I said, look, give me a paper on this particular topic. Came up with 102 pages. Easily. Brilliant. And I said, look, I have only 20 minutes. Cut it down. Bring it down to about 50-something pages. And I said, I don't need anything more than 35 pages. But you see, what it was able to produce, you'll be amazed. So the challenge is for us now in innovation, automation, technology, machine learning, robotics, mechatronics. What are we doing as mechanical engineers and the institution? And my first recommendation is that let us own this very important subject, own it, domesticate it, and be able to give it the necessary support as a champion. Because that is the way the world is going. That is the way the world is going. And we'll be foolhardy if any other branch of engineering, should grab it, and do something. So please, my first recommendation is that please let us own this very, very important thing and let it be a major platform, for which, mechanical engineering, be recognized, we give all the necessary support. So it's there, it's all over the place. I will now give it the necessary attention. Then furthermore, this I'm speaking out of experience. So I've spent, like I said, 40 years since in industry. Now, I find that Nigerian engineering in Nigeria, it needs to be reviewed. It needs very, very deep and serious review. And it's not something which I want to leave at the level, of the executive of NLC or Core. I want to commend Core. They've done something very well in the outcome-based, engineering. It's an excellent year which has come. And as a result of that, Nigeria is now a member of the Washington Accord. That is commendable. Very, very commendable. But what I would like to see is to request the federal government of Nigeria, in fact, Mr. President, to set up a high-powered commission, not a committee now, a high-powered commission that will look into the future of engineering in Nigeria and come up with very, very serious recommendations going forward. Because, like I say, engineering is where development is going to come to our country, whether we like it or not. The Chinese have done it. It is not a fluke, it was deliberate. The current president of China, as we speak, is an engineer. Members of his Politburo, they are engineers. Members of the previous Politburo school are people who are serious engineering professionals. And that is why their development has been rapid, and that is why they are the toast of the world. 40, 50 years ago, where was China? Where was China? Nigeria was one of the countries that was sending donations, the Chinese. Yes, I recall. So we are challenged here to see that what needs to be done. But like I said, it is very important that we as engineers, we take this profession very seriously, and contribute our quota, and don't be shy and be bold. That's why I keep commending the chairman of this institution. be bold, and be purposeful, and resource. Even if we don't benefit the young lads, the students, will have every reason to be happy. Now, like I said, finance is one of the issues regarding the topic. Now, finance is the lifeblood of any manufacturing business. It is the lifeblood. And access to finance is one of the greatest bottlenecks for both manufacturing companies, especially the medium, small, the micro, small, and medium enterprises. It is a big challenge. And this is something which I myself have been through, starting a small enterprise. I recall when we went to discuss with the bank, that is very early ages. That is, I can say that in the 90s, asking for a loan, to establish or do certain aspects, of our business. Now, first, you get a checklist of requirements, which after the first 5 or so, if you are not dogged, you abandon the whole exercise. But if you are dogged and you continue, it's a very big checklist that they give you then. I don't know now, because now we are lucky when they come to us, we tell them our terms instead now. But then they give you a checklist. So we now had this interview with the bank, and we sat down around the table. So we are doing takeoff. I said, you've asked us for this, here is the document, here is this, a feasibility study, what have you. So at the end of the meeting, back and forth, then I now put my hand in my pocket. The MD of the bank was there, and I brought out a small vial, and I put it on the table. The MD looked at me curiously. He said, Alaji, what is that? What is that for? Because also, I recall that meeting, you were asking, strangely enough, I think for my mother's maiden name. I don't know whether you had that type of maiden name. Yeah, strangely enough, I said, don't bring my mother into this now. This is a poor woman in the village. Why are you bringing her into this transaction? So that was the issue with seeking for finance. So when I now put this file, the MD was curious. He said, what is this all about, Alaji? What is that one? I said, Mr. Managing Director, I just said, I don't know whether you have exhausted all your list of requirements, but this is my blood sample. If you need it, go and test it. This is my blood sample. So then we all laughed, and he said, because of that yes, it's going to approve the facility for us. So this is the stress, that industry goes through in order to access capital. And because of so many other things, capital formation is a major problem, in Nigeria. For so many reasons. First, of the taxes. The taxes, especially what we now term as the, I don't even know how to put the taxation issue, but it's a major issue. Federal government alone, we have about 9 or 10 taxes. State government, 25 taxes. Local governments, maybe another 21, depending on who, and then of course you have the odd boys that jump in front of the car with some reflector vest once in a while, I don't know what they're collecting for, but they are also part of the challenges that people face. And if they are paying these huge taxes, it's very difficult for capital formation. And it's capital formation that is required for development and also for expansion for growth. So then, of course, for finance, you have the crazy issue of interest rate. I recall that somebody mentioned at the seminar, he said that if you are buying money, that is what it is. But if you are paying interest of 25%, he said you must be doing something to be able to repay. Either you are peddling something, I don't want to call any name, but that's what you need to do. I mean, if you are going to pay 25, interest rate. We have been struggling to have a single-digit interest rate in our country, and I think this is the challenge this administration has, in looking at it. And then again, because of all the other issues relating to finance, relating to manufacturing, something like, don't go into the other issues of electricity, infrastructure, security, and all that. As a result of that, at the seminar, one of our leaders, well, we call him our chief imam, I don't want to call his name now, but when I describe him, you will know. He said that manufacturers, when you arrive at the gate of heaven, and then you are going to face an interview, and everybody is there, all the others are there, they first ask you, where are the manufacturers that have come from Nigeria? He said, please don't forget, don't put up your hand if you are a manufacturer from Nigeria. Because when you do, they say yes, you see that you have suffered enough. Go. So, but these things can be mitigated, they can be ameliorated, and the condition, ease of doing business can be provided for companies to thrive. Because it is only through manufacturing that we can develop. Trading and other things, yes, it is just ephemeral, but this is what is required. These are the solid underpinnings, of development that must be there, manufacturing. So I want to recommend to government, that because of the stage of the manufacturing industry, they should grant manufacturers at least 2 years moratorium on payment of their debts. How many of them are indebted heavily? I don't know. Grant them 2 years moratorium and maybe a 5-year restructuring plan, for their debts to provide a breather. Because many of them are still suffering from the effects of the pandemic. Even the pandemic that just went, many of them are still not recovered from that pandemic. Now, the manufacturers that are in SME, MES category, they are the only ones that can endanger growth of the economy. And I'm talking about growth now, because growth is one of the first things that I mentioned. But they are endangered because they don't receive much attention. The attention that is required is not there. I can tell you for free, when we set up in Ethiopia, they send somebody from the Investment Promotion Council to our factory every month. What are your problems? What do you need? How are you doing? What do you require? How can government come in help you? General manager of our former general manager from Ethiopia is here, Mr. Shokko. I think he can testify to what I'm saying. And also my group managing director, Mr. Fabio, is also here. They come every month and they write a report. They write a report that this is the problem. I'm sure you don't want to know my experience. We've been 32 years on that campus in Adewale, and I was telling some people yesterday that our belief was that ordinary people can do extraordinary things if they are given the right training, motivation, and support. We've been there for 32 years. And in that time, I saw only one chief executive of the state visit us. One chief executive of the state visited us. And that was more like personal, because he's a personal friend and brother. He came, I think he spent about 30, 20 minutes for a visit. And at that time, we were the second largest employer of labor in the state. And I keep telling people that look, the people who are struggling here are the ones that can multiply. But I do hear so many people telling us that they are flying left, they are flying west, they are flying east, looking, for foreign investors. In my 32 years on that campus, and also as the leader of commerce, I have not seen any foreign investor come develop in that state. So that leads me to the conclusion that we can only do it by ourselves. We must be determined, we must be committed to do it. Nobody is coming to do it for us, nobody. If we think anybody is bringing the magic wand, we are deceiving ourselves. And we have been very consistent, in terms of training the young ones, and we have a collaboration, with ITF, with QS, and 1 year we were given the award for the best COS company, not in Para, but in Nigeria. Then we are training about 172 students in different universities.
Recording in progress.
So, in order for these SMEs to have attention, we have Ministry of Trade, Industry, whatever. But I can tell you from experience that ministry can only cater for big business. There is no small or medium-scale enterprise that can have access. Yes, even though they have things like trade and all that. So what I'm recommending is that government will look at creating a ministry of small business. They have that in South Africa, they have it in India, and you can see the difference when it comes to manufacturing. Even ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving only, I think I'm exceeding my time, but I wanted to have this very important interaction, with all of us. Now, the other aspect is to do with academia and industry synergy. This is very important, and I'd like to commend the formation of the academy that was mentioned here. I think it's a major step in the right direction. And a lot of work still needs to be done, to get it to the level that is required. Because that is where you can impact entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship education is very, very important, for our graduates that are coming out of the universities. And we are working in collaboration with the universities that are in the environment. We have 8 of them now who have come together as a consortium, and we are working with them on this industry academia side. But before I go, let me just also talk about one very important syndrome that is going on now, which is what they call the Japa syndrome. I think you're all familiar with Japa syndrome. Yeah, something called Japa syndrome. Now I'll just give you my own experience on Japa. Now I have a young girl, my daughter. She's doing engineering. Unfortunately, she decided to read. Sorry, my civil friends are here. She decided to go and do civil engineering with emphasis on transportation. So I now asked her, I said, look, the way this Japa thing is going, I think maybe I'm considering trying it. She laughed. She said, Dad, what did you say? I said, look, I'm thinking about Japa. So he said, let me tell you, when you come, and I know that the only place you can come to is London, because that's where you school. Then there are 4 opportunities for you. 4 opportunities. You want to Japa, and you come here 4. I said, what are the 4? He said, the first one is to be a night security guard. And she said her emphasis is on night. They will not put you for day. So that if anybody they come and cover you, that is your wahala. That's what I said, okay. Second one, she said, I could be a bouncer at a nightclub. And I have the build to can be a bouncer at a nightclub. Well, that wasn't exciting. Then I said, what is the third one? He said the third one is working with British Rail, mind the gap. And I carry one flag and they said, mind the gap at the railway station. I said, all those things they don't sound like it. Then lastly, he said, well, I know that you have spare money that you can convert, bring it here to the UK, and then maybe buy a very nice luxury car, and become an Uber driver. So that way, you choose your time, your closing hours, where you want to work, where you made enough money for the day, you can shut down. But it is a very important syndrome. The only thing is that it is not organized. We need now to look at organizing it, packaging it, and make it, a national product. Because Nigerian youths, they are wanted all over. At the last Qatar, even though that we missed it, they wanted to recruit 1,500 young people for ushering. So people are looking for us. We now need to be able to package this product and export it. We've been doing it before because our footballers that are playing in the Premier League and other leagues, it's the same thing as Japan, and they are doing well. And when this is organized, they go into the diaspora, and if you know the amount of remittances that comes from diaspora, in fact, the Indians, they have a ministry for diaspora because the volume of cash that they generate from this is great. So I think it's something which you have everything, but then also I have a corollary. I have a corollary to that. I'm sure you can still hear me. And the corollary is what I've termed Jawa. No, not Jagbada. This is Jawa. And what does that mean? Let the federal government institute citizenship by investment, by being a Nigerian citizen by investment, for people to come to Nigeria. You will be shocked the number of people that want to come and become citizens of our great country. It is because we are here, we take it, we demonize our country every day. We say all sorts of things, negative things about our country. There are people who want to come. And if we do it by investment, the country is likely to reap very, very huge dividends, from this exercise. And I hope that you will support me anytime you are interacting with government. Please tell them about the Jawa project, let them do that so that people can come. Many people want to come to Nigeria, and billions, of money to be collected. Because most of these I think some countries in the Caribbean, some of them charge as much as $200,000 for you to get their passport. Yeah, by investment. So I'm sure Nigeria will make a good showing that. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the other part, because I know that some of my colleagues who are professors in the university are here. Last weekend I was at the convocation lecture, and I had very good interaction with the professors there. And I know that every faculty that comes up, for the chancellor to declare an award degree, they keep repeating the same person stated in character and learning. Every time it was character and learning. I think that the emphasis so far has been on the learning. The issue of character needs to be looked at seriously. And I can tell you for free, in our factory, what we have seen in terms of character of people. A small hotel, we have people who wrap meat from the freezer. You wrap it and then they put it in all sorts of corners. I don't want to go to corners like this. You'll be shocked. The other day, my chief security officer, he was this thing that they caught somebody trying to take out, or even if I had taken diesel, and he said it was water. How can this business survive, thrive, if we have wrong people without integrity. I think our institutions need to look into that area of character more now. We can see the type of things that happen on our campuses. Times very, very disturbing, very demeaning, and the high rate of drug peddling, most of it people who are youth. So please, I want you to, those of you who are in the academia, to please look into that aspect. For manufacturing, I will experience more like we needed major problem power. We had to go spend over 200 million naira. The last maybe 6 years, we bring dedicated power line to our factories to produce. Unnecessary waste, because the money that we have gone into production. We're having problems with security. What do? We built a police post. It's not our business. And we give them vehicles, and they tell us they need service, and that they need lunch. Because we are giving them lunch and stipend, our police post became the hottest police post in Adewale. And we have about 7 or 9 officers posted there. It's unnecessary. We don't have water. We have 2 industrial boreholes. What for? This is an issue, and they must be tackled. Not many people have the resilience, and the power to go through what some of us are going through. Not many people can do it. So we must continue to ask government, to ease this burden. And I'm sure that this administration of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu is already firing from many cylinders, sure that respite will come to the manufacturing industry. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I can only be an intervener in this discourse. Because if we do it right, the opportunity is there, for us, to take advantage of the African continental free trade area, where it is a single market. And I keep telling people in industry that stop thinking about producing in Ogun and bringing it to Kwara or Kaduna. Think of taking it from wherever you are producing it. Cairo, Botswana, Rwanda, and other. Africa is a single, duty free. So we need to take advantage of that. But many of us are believing that there is enough market here. But if we are not careful, the place is going to be crowded. So distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me recognize all the engineers that are here. You have a job, you have a duty, you have a responsibility. Fellows that are here, I congratulate you. I'm told that after this, I will be joining your rank as an apprentice fellow. I'm willingly and gladly happy to be under the tutelage of Ehi Okoyomo, who is the chairman of the Board of Fellows. So I look forward to that. If it was missed, it was a good miss. But I can tell you that I will go on record also as the first fellow of the academy that got scholarship of the primary institution. But I'm happy, and I keep telling them that finally engineering has come home. This is the home of engineering. So I want to thank all of you for giving me that opportunity and also giving me the time to share 1 or 2 things, with you on this very, very important subject. The lead speakers are here. I know that they're going to do justice to all the assignments that have been given to them. So mine is just, to just set up a broad framework, as a keynote speaker. For me, it's a major privilege, and I'm humbled that I've been called upon, to do this. Now, before I drop my microphone, I would like to do something. It's a bit out of sequence. But you know, when you see people dedicate themselves, dedicate their time, dedicate their energy, resources, you know, and also humble themselves to achieve results. When the chairman made her presentation, even in my small corner, everybody saying, in the 2 years that she's been chairman, you know, we've seen growth, phenomenal changes, you know, in NiMechE. This is commendable. I commend her, and I have, on behalf of our group, a small token of appreciation, you know, for her, you know, out of the goodness and the work that she has done. And I can only liken her, you know, to the words in the Bible, the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 9. But, you know, that says, tears down. But it refers to a man. But for her to do this work, she's a man who, it takes a man to do what she has done, even though she's our first female chairman. So the book of Proverbs 22, verse 29, says everything. So please, can you give me a small plaque from my company to present to her? With your permission, Mr. Chair, please, can you come forward for me to present my plaque to you? It is very important. Thank you. It's a small plaque, and I hope you'll find a space, you know, on her table, you know, to put it. So this is for you for the excellent work that you have been doing. We congratulate you. Yes. Thank you. And then we also have some gift for her, you know, so that she can continue to look beautiful when she represents us. Congratulations. Thank you very much. So, okay, for the female engineers.
All APOEN members here present, National Chairman, all yours. APOEN members.
No, I'm not quoting from any particular scripture that says, blessed is he who is surrounded by women.
Recording stopped.
So distinguished ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, especially my local branch, which is headed by the chairman, and the organizing, LOC organizing committee, you know, for an excellent work that they have done, you know, in making this assignment a major success. I want to thank, you know, for this thing. And also to thank the other important people, not the engineers, but their spouses. Their spouses are more important. You know, the home managers, I keep the home. I thank them, I know that they've gone for another program. So I thank you, and I congratulate you all for giving me this opportunity. God bless you, and have a good seminar.
Thank you very much. I want to sincerely appreciate the chairman, Lucon Group, and keynote speaker for this 36th conference of the Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers. Permit me very quickly to invite for this presentation the Registrar of Quran and former National Chairman, Engineer Professor Ademola Adesabelo, FNSC, NiMechE, FAENG, to come and do this presentation to our keynote speaker for this event. You must agree with me that he has done justice to the topic on manufacturing. He has taken us through the process of the dangers, the challenges, and the solutions to some of the issues that have been faced in the manufacturing industry. I want to say thank you very much, sir, for this opportunity.
Thank you, National Chairman. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I know there are much more higher level individuals that are here. I don't know why she chose me, but you know, as a disciple of NiMechE, I have to obey what my chairman says. Incidentally, the very important guest speaker for today happens to be a fellow of the Academy of Engineering. I share that with him. He is also a former member of the Council for the Regulation of Engineering. Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria. Again, I shared that with him. So on behalf of the chairman and the distinguished members here seated, I want to recognize you for what you have done and take this token home and put it on your table to remember the 36th Engineering Conference held here in Hamilton. Congratulations, sir.
I don't want to bring him up twice. I don't know how many corporate members are here. You're a corporate member? The bag that you have been given for this conference was donated by Lucon Group, and is the chairman of Lucon Group. Permit me to invite Engineer Chief Abitunezanomi, FNSF and NiMechE, to come and present this to Lucon Group. I can see Mr. Fagwebe is seated there. This is for Lucon Group. The corporate members' bags was sponsored by Lucon. So all those beautiful bags that you're carrying were given to us by Lucon. I want to say thank you very much to Lucon for that donation from them.
During this conference, because our members that we have made very happy and products especially related to them.
Recording in progress.
Much and for this reason, Nigerian Institute of Mechanical Engineering is donating this plaque to you, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'd like to recognize the chairman of the Houston chapter, Engineer Dr. Sulaiman Abimola Yaya, member of the Center of Engineers, member of the Institution of Mechanical Engineers. I will be little adjustments to the program. I will be skipping speech by special guests for now. We'll come back to that later. Also, students members of the National Student Forum should please note that your lunch, material collection, and other programs will be done at Patiti Hall. You have to take your lunch, continue your registration and material collection, and other programs at Patiti Hall, please. I have the single honor and privilege to call on the National Chairman of the Nigerian Institute of Mechanical Engineers, Engineer Dr. Mrs. Olufunlade Akingago, fellow Nigerian Center of Engineers, fellow Nigerian Institute of Mechanical Engineers, to call on stage the Board of Fellows of the Nigerian Institute of Mechanical Engineers. My National Chairman.
Thank you very much, the Director of Programs. We'll now take the conferment of fellowship. Although he has a lot of fellows already, but this is like the major fellowship that he needs to have. Can we have the Board of Fellows of the Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers, Engineer Chuksilino, FNSC, FNIMechE, Engineer Minu Jalal, FNSC, FNIMechE, Engineer Professor Christine Ijakwebe, FNSC, FNIMechE, and Engineer Ibrahim Hamidou, FNSC, FNIMechE, for the conferment of fellowship of Engineer Jani Ibrahim, FNSC, FAENG, FNIOB, MNI, OON. Please come on stage, sir, for the conferment of fellowship.
I would like to stand on the existing protocols and here and now present the board of NiMechE after due review of the citation of this gentleman and what he is doing now in the industry. The board of NiMechE would like to recommend the latest apprentice to our national chairman for the presentation of conferment of the fellow of NiMechE. My national president, sir.
Thank you very much. Can we have the oath? Is the oath here? In the session. I think the pledge for the fellows is being taken right now. I'm going to give the microphone to Engineer Jani Ibrahim to take the oath, and then he will sign, and then I will sign as a witness that the fellowship has been conferred. Thank you very much.
I, Jani Ibrahim, MNI, hereby solemnly pledge as a fellow to defend and uphold at all times memorandum and articles of association, code of conduct, statutes, and the bylaws of the Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers. I also pledge to contribute to the advancement of knowledge and the promotion of engineering excellence to the best of my ability. So help me God. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. Can we have Engineer Aminu Jalal do the decoration of the... Can you decorate Engineer Jani Ibrahim? By the past conferred on me by the Commonwealth of all Nigerian mechanical engineers, and I'm pronounced a fellow of the Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers. Congratulations. This is the certificate to show that you have come into the grade of the fellows of the great institution, and here is a plaque for you to hang in your office to show that you're a fellow of this great institution. Congratulations. Permit me to invite very quickly the chairman of the body of fellows to come forward and welcome him into the body of fellows of the Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers. Please come forward to welcome another member, an addition to the body of fellows of the Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers.
Thank you very much, National. It gives me great pleasure he's been conferred as a fellow, to invite him formally into the body of fellows of the Nigerian Institution of Mechanical Engineers. Congratulations, you are welcome to our meeting.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Congratulations, sir.